It hit me like a freight train. It was rough. I got COVID way back in March, and I had it for almost 3 full months. I had all the classic symptoms, fever, headache, stomach ache, chest pains, sore throat, cough. I still can't smell or taste. I'm still trying to recover physically, and getting my body back to where it was 8 months to a year ago. So that's been pretty hard. And then it definitely took a toll on me emotionally and mentally as well. So I'm still trying to sort through all of that.
I got sick back in late March. I had an asthma attack around dinner time that Friday and took my inhaler. It helped. Friday night when I was trying to go to bed, I had another asthma attack. One of the worst ones in my life. Inhaler didn't help at all. I literally half crawled, half walked to my dad's room because it was so bad. So at that point, he took me to the hospital. They gave me a nebulizer treatment, and I probably left the emergency room, came home like around 2 a.m. Sunday, woke up, had innumerable asthma attacks. I was completely lightheaded. I forgot what I had for breakfast that morning. I forgot what I had for dinner the night before. I had another asthma attack. This asthma attack was not controlled by my inhalers. So I had to go back to the emergency room. This time they refused to give me a nebulizer treatment because they were worried that if I had COVID, I might just spread it. So there I was in the hospital having an asthma attack and they couldn't do anything. I just broke down at that point. I'm like, I've been so sick for the last 3 days and there's nothing you can do at all in the hospital. Eventually I recovered, but Monday night it got bad again. I couldn't fall asleep because I couldn't breathe fully on my, when I was trying to lay down. And I was scared to death to go back to the hospital because they threatened to intubate me if I came back again. We called my doctor. She advised that I went to her urgent care clinic, so I went to the urgent care. They gave me steroids. It helped, thank God. I still have some lasting symptoms like a headache and shortness of breath, but no asthma attacks, no other really bad symptoms. To this day, I still have to take an inhaler every day to make sure my breathing is normal. Beforehand, I would just have my rescue inhaler and I would never take an inhaler daily. So I definitely think my lungs have been slightly compromised.
When this first came out, the groups that I'm in for, I have eosinophilic diseases. I have a couple of them. So the groups I was in were really freaking out because when we get sick, it's not normal. Or I guess I should say I'm normal when I'm sick, and then when I'm not sick anymore, I can't recover. My lungs function at about an 80% normally. Mm-hmm. And then when I have the asthma active, obviously they drop lower. At the beginning of all this, there was a study in England, they said that we were looking at staying inside for 12 months, people like me, because if we didn't and we got this, there's some pretty rocky chances at recovery. Then another study came out that said one of the eosinophilic diseases, the one in particular that makes it extremely hard to recover from, is not affected is not affected by the coronavirus. Eosinophilic esophagitis and getting the coronavirus are not going to kill me, which is really interesting because they're comparing it for us to double pneumonia. And having EOE and double pneumonia did almost kill me. So they're saying what we need to do is watch our vitamins, because that's the part that dips. We need to watch our vitamins, we need to watch our eosinophils, and we have to make sure that if we get the coronavirus, we can't be in a flare-up.
I am, as of right now, planning on returning. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not super nervous about me getting it again. I feel like I've earned a little bit of immunity, maybe not forever, but for at least a little bit. But I still, I'm still very, very cautious because of everything that happens. All of the precautions that they've been saying that they're gonna put in place, it seems extreme. I feel like if you look at it with no context, but going through kind of what I went through, I completely understand, and I'm fully supportive of everything.
While I appreciate the school, taking preparations, I don't believe they're good enough. And based on my experience, I'd much rather be in closer to DC where my doctors are. I'd much rather, be in a place where I think there's better healthcare up here. But there's that, and like also, what happens if parents have to come down and pick us up in like middle September because there's like a COVID, outbreak on campus? So now you're getting the families infected. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. As I said, I appreciate William Mary's planning. I just think it's inevitable that COVID is going to happen on campus and they won't be able to control it.
I am planning to return to campus. It's a very unfortunate thought, but my mom's very much one of those people who's like, I need to help myself before anyone else. And like, if I'm not helping myself, how is anyone else supposed to help me? And I don't think America's gonna help me. I don't think they're gonna stop. I'm at an age where I don't really get a stimulus check. I'm not gonna get that bonus in my mom's stimulus check or anything. I actually started doing DoorDash recently because a lot of the restaurants have set up cabinets and a lot of the people just want you to leave it on their porch. I can't stay home for 2 years until this just goes away, because I don't think it's gonna go away for a while. I wanna try, and I wanna see if I can get through my year. Is really it. I think personally by myself, I can do it. I think I will have guidelines that'll work. I don't know about anybody else. I can't say anything about anybody else, but I'm hoping by myself alone, I would be able to stay healthy.
I mean, no group of college students is perfect. And as much as I love William and Mary and all of the students, I don't think we are all perfect either. So I hope everyone will be diligent about following the guidelines. And even if we're not, I hope that there are some people strong enough out there to kind of help mediate and help kind of let their classmates know whenever, like, hey, that's not cool, like that's selfish, you shouldn't be going out to a big group of people or going to a party or anything, it's not about one particular person, it's about trying to save the whole experience for everybody.
It's going to be really hard, and I'm sure there are going to be people who aren't going to listen, people who have an immune system who aren't concerned. But I think being overly cautious is my problem more so than theirs. I'm sure we will have more cases coming back to school. I'm just more concerned about not being one of those cases.
There's always going to be people that are careless, whether it's wearing a mask, whether it's not social distancing, especially at our age. There's always going to be people that are careless and unresponsible. And as much as to say it, those people are going to return to campus this fall thinking, oh, no faculty will be on campus. Everybody here is young and healthy, so we'll all be fine. So while I think the overwhelming majority are going to follow the guidelines except for the dorm stuff, there are going to be people that won't follow the guidelines. And that is one of the main reasons why I'm not going back. Because, I'm health compromised, and while I think the majority of people that are compromised are going to be staying away from campus this fall, there are going to be the few that think, I'm okay, I can go back to campus. And should those careless people and the compromised people interact, that's potentially a deadly interaction.
As we return to campus this fall, it is important for all of us to consider why we are responsible for social distancing. Simply put, all of us can follow social distancing guidelines, but COVID-19 will not impact us all the same. There are several people in the William Mary community and in the greater Williamsburg area who are at greater risk for hospitalization, intensive care, and death due to COVID-19. These populations include older adults and people with underlying medical conditions such as chronic kidney disease, COPD, heart conditions, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. People with hypertension, asthma, cystic fibrosis, and those who smoke may also be at high risk for COVID-19 complications. But even if you're not at high risk, you never know how severely COVID-19 may impact your health. 8 to 12% of all COVID-19 cases experience acute cardiac injury. Even 30% of those who are hospitalized due to COVID-19 will experience moderate to severe kidney injury. All of us returning to campus this fall needs to find the motivation within us to social distance. This motivation could be as general as I don't want to get sick and put my own health at risk, or it could be a more specific motivation like my roommate is immunocompromised and I want to ensure their well-being. At the end of the day, communicable diseases are preventable. It just takes us staying 6 feet apart, wearing our mask, washing our hands often, and staying home when we're sick. If you would like any more information on public health and safety guidelines on campus, please refer to the Healthy Together videos put out by William and Mary.
You never know who this is going to affect, you know? It could affect you, but it also could affect someone you care about, someone you love. So it's not just about you personally taking a risk and saying, oh, it's okay if I get it. You could be really, really doing some damage to some other people in your life, and you just don't know who that could be. So everyone should be careful.